I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes, didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad, not because I subconsciously blame everyone else, though I damn sure do blame them. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability. I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains this. Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Excuse my language, that's a hang up on my city, I'm a feeling. I'm sorry, I feel like
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, a white smile, a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. The floorboards and the seats are like a creaking boat. He never shied away from the anti-corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about it.
I was hoping to catch you at the press conference. You ran away.
There's no smoke in the city. No reason for me to hang around.
This morning you signed a ban on smoking all over the building. Soon won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
If that's right, the city.
Something from the city stars, come and tell me. Do you feel that love?
Betraying that.
Just stars, mirrors our city. Walks, I don't see nobody but you. Your mother's your mom,
secure a luxury pension, one that even I would agree, although I've never set aside 180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him.
I'll do my best.
Quit smoking at the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr. Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick, he recently became one of those ghosts, the subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
in progress. A in progress. Progress. 311A in progress. In progress. 311A complete. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. Nine ten.
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point every stolen probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them.
And what kind of business are we talking?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
progress. In progress. Complete. 1210 in progress. Complete. 1111B in progress. Floor 11 in progress.
Shots in my brain. I've been tripping about some things can't change. Switch on the same time, Montaigne, put you this in, better get a phone call. Heard that you fuck with a killer, so that was this summer and nobody helped. And ever since then, I hate myself, gonna fuck it, end it, pessimistic. I wanna see me when the pot to piss in, but niggas been inside about the grave, I'm digging. Have a conversation about my hate decisions, fucking sickening. At the same time, memories surface through the grapevine, but my uncle playing with a slip knot. Put some of the stress, got me fucked up, being fucked up. Since a couple months, they had a nigga locked up.
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
Get to my front door. The Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but according to her, she patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with patience. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards... In my life, even the basic stuff never... But the in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, the fellow Laura ran off with, is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing calls. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, which of course means anything at all, it's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and but I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my...
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They'd give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go back into that, Sally. Find my wife, and we can discuss my hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
In progress. Progress. Well. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. 130 feet complete. Progress. 311A in progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. 311A complete.
Why would a man need a barn? To store all the stuff you can't bring home. About 30 years ago, back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots, and clothes. But even back then, there's something I always kept in the... I stopped keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my... Now they're knocking on my barn door. Well, fine. In all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house. We drank at bars, went fishing, but he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over it. I always try to look unsurprised, like it's an everyday thing to get visited. But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's cut.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw you from the car. Figured we'd find...
How long you been dating the Lover Boys?
They're Sans people, Jack.
Yeah. So now you're appearing in public with members of the Mafia?
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. Well, I probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents.
The papers say you're still working.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if you noticed, but
You told your Mafia friends about your plans.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me. My family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else.
Your contract, Frank? Really? Is that how you talk now? Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the Mafia works. If you know me, Jack, I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid to cut my daughter.
He's the damn fool who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first place. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the... Give him my phone number and tell him it's done. Don't call me. Don't come to work today. Jack, get the fuck out of my nice cozy barn, Frank. At the time, I was trying not to think about what just... I'm probably the most popular police chief in the history of the city. And I have to... In one of the features they wrote about me in the papers, they said it pretty plain. He catches... And here I am, the person who catches criminals. And I've agreed to help the Mafia, or I'll come home to a bag stuffed with... Hey, remember that cop who caught criminals? It turns out he was a Mafia bitch. That sound right to you?
Take away the pain, all inside of me. Shoot me in the face. Don't get to hit my brain. Take away the pain.
Communication in progress.
All same inside of me. Shoot me in the face. Don't get to hit my brain. Take away the
910 in progress.
all same inside of me. Shoot me in the face. Don't get
311A in progress.
Take away the pain.
210 complete.
All same inside of me. Shoot me in the face.
311A complete. Got a situation here.
Get in my brain. Take away the pain. All
970
same
complete.
inside of me. Shoot me in the face. Don't get to hit my brain. Take away the pain. All same inside of me. Shoot me in the face.
212 in progress.
Get to hit my brain. Take away the pain. All same inside of me. Shoot me in the face. Don't get to hit my brain.
211 in progress. Complete.
Mr. Boyd, there was a man here earlier. He left you this.
A man? What man? Who let him on this floor?
I don't know. I've never seen him before. I asked him his name, but he just ignored me. He was talking on a big telephone, you know, one of those portables. He gave me this envelope and left.
Damn. Okay, let's see about this. Of course, they could have shot them the second they took the photo, but I knew Kendrick and his family were all right. Either way, my servitude to the Mafia had begun. I'd only been in my new position 5 seconds, and I already knew why Kendrick called it Boyd. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget some people don't recognize my voice. But I assure you, Jack, if I was sitting right there in front of you, you'd have no trouble recognizing me. Like I was a member of your family. Even better than a wife, perhaps. A wife can betray you. No man is immune.
I don't talk to people who don't tell me their names.
Oh, Jack, don't be so childish. You're too old to run away from strangers. Yes, we both are. And in our old age, friendship becomes rare and all the more precious. But of course, we must work with new people and find out new names. So if you insist, Jack, let us formally meet. Hello, Jack Boyd. I'm Christopher Sand.
Wonderful, Mr. Sand. And what is it you do for a living?
Oh, you'll soon find out all about that. Well, you'll learn much more than a simple policeman could ever expect. You're a simple policeman no longer, Jack. Don't turn off your phone. Start today.
8 in 10. It's been my go-to principle since my first day on the job. I've got to let my colleagues hush up what they need to, 2 out of 10 times, so that they'll help me with the remaining 8. 80 out of 100, 800 out of 1,000. I'm proud of those statistics. It's not so bad for Freeburg, right? But now I just officially became a Mafia whore. I'm supposed to be fearing for my life, for the lives of my wife and children. But the only thing I can think, what's gonna happen to 8 and 10?
710A complete. 113B in progress. 710A in progress. In progress, 710A.
Just make up your mind, I don't wanna waste my time. Stop saying that you love me when you don't even try. I've been out since the AM, bottling up my emotions. Cause when I say what's wrong, that's another fucking wrong. So I'm done, say goodbye. Go ahead and cry, yeah, you had all this time, so I'm done.
Looks like we have a situation here.
I've learned you cannot do this back. God damn, did me dirt. I've learned you cannot do this back. God damn, did me dirt. So I'm done. Say goodbye. Go ahead and cry. Yeah, you had all this time.
The people of Freeburg have built up a tolerance for the petty horrors of modern life. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. And street theft doesn't turn heads, so when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, I knew there was something serious going on. Something bad enough. And we're talking about people who would step over a corpse if it was blocking the door to the car. But apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets, or spreading broken glass across Main Street, or the mysterious figure taking responsibility for these. Nobody knows who he is, what he wants, or what. But this strange cross between childhood. Everyone understands when some Freeburg crook satisfies the basic human need to. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks him in a cell. Myself, I kind of like this Robespierre. It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his Green Bull's head emblem. I just like his funny. Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so. Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer kegs with mop.
I wish I could be different, but I'm still growing up into the one you can call your love. I don't know if I'll ever be enough. I'm throwing in my chips, I guess I tend to push my luck. And ultimately I believe we'll be okay. It's so cliche to say this simple repetition is the key. I think I'm better when I'm with you, but I worry when you're gone. I think I need to learn to love myself. I'm lesson to be strong, so for now we'll say goodbye. Baby, in my heart your words, they come to me in memory.
9/11 in progress.
It won't be long until I'm here. Soon I'll make my arrival under shady trees, a quiet street, the roads that I have traveled. Ultimately, it's a beautiful thing, like flowers blooming in a lonely field. The petals drift crossing winds that find their way to river streams that scent the water beautifully. It takes me back to you. It takes me back to you.
Looks like we have a situation here. 9/11. A complete. A in progress. In progress. 412A. Got a situation here. complete. 911 in progress. Nine 11 complete. 710A in progress. Progress. In progress. In progress. We've got a situation here. (1210) complete.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
611 in progress. we've got a situation here. Four 10A in progress.
What am I afraid of? What the fuck am I afraid of? You're afraid of me, you're afraid that I won't love you back. You know what? I'm afraid too. Fuck it, I want to give it a shot, and at least I'm honest with you. I know. Oh, you say that you don't love me. Because if you say that, then it's all gone.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hot Spot.
Getting cold, but I have my own sweater. I keep polyester, the scarlet way better. Jack and sun on me, you gave me your sweater. You're lost in Atlantic, trying not to panic, but now it's too late to come back. Known and I'm better, know my work I'm headed, I take it for granted. Eyes blue or brown, can't remember, a lot of time has passed since 3rd of December. Eyes green or gray, can't remember, but I bet you know the color of heathers. Eyes blue or brown, can't remember, a lot of time has passed since 3rd of December. Eyes green or gray, can't remember, but I bet you know the color of heathers. Eyes blue or brown, can't remember, a lot of time has passed since 3rd of December. Eyes green or gray, can't remember, but I bet you know the color of
Looks like we have a situation here.
brown, can't remember.
910B in progress. 213 complete. Progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. progress. got a situation here. 811 complete. 911 in progress. In progress. A in progress.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant, hot spot.
412. Got a situation here. A complete. A in progress.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant, hot spot.
10A complete.
In my new role as corrupt official, couldn't turn off my phone when my head ached. Couldn't sleep till noon on Saturday and let the rest of HQ take up the slack. But my weekly visit to the old Colony Club was more like tradition. One night, same picture it was 30 years ago. And to stay faithful to the tradition, you've got to respect the standard rituals. When you're about to roll out of the club, if your stomach doesn't do a backflip, you should be good to make it home.
Why? You look even better than you do.
There's nothing more all who takes a lot of ball. My head was a drunken haze, but I knew who he was. My morning ritual was it was like the sharp citrus scent was chasing. When I'd open my door to lots of threatening mail. You the fruit guy?
Excuse me?
Was it you that brought the bag?
Nah, it was here when I arrived.
Fine. So who are...
Today,
And,
for work.
That's it?
Yeah, we have to make an important...
Where? What ranch?
Just the ranch.
Fine. The morning seemed surreal, and I took in the magic. Why wreck it? As my tight-lipped chauffeur drove an hour through God knows where, I started to feel like I was in the middle, probably lying bloody and concussed in the alley. But no, this was no dream. The silence was real, the sound of the engine. It all seemed familiar. The sand... I guess I didn't know you took private meetings.
Only if I expect...
I'm surprised my...
Today, yes.
So it seemed.
Do you often go to the old...
Every week.
Meet any interesting...
As a rule.
Sometimes you make a date, right?
Sometimes, I guess. But that's not why I go.
And why?
I consider it a hobby.
A hobby?
Well, judging by the half-dozen animal skins I stepped on walking over here, it's not much of a reach to say you like hunting.
Love it. Well, I say that now. It seemed so tedious when I was a child.
Oh, what talent is
patience. The will to wait for the right moment. Let's say you want a deer. You know, but to get that deer, you got to wait. Sit in the bushes and stay. Professional hunters will tell you that the hunt is a rare craft. There are many rules. It's shrouded in mystery. To get a deer, you just sit on the sidelines for long enough time, pinpoint the moment when it's fun. I learned the talent, Jack. But not like you, old Jack.
I don't understand.
Oh, come on, Jack. I know about the $500,000. I know your plan. Well, some people learn to hold their breath for minutes on end and not to rustle the leaves too loudly. While you turned yourself into a bush, surrounded by deer who've been so fruitfully multiplied for decades. But all this, forgive an old man his imagery, Jack. I've the heart of a poet.
I don't know what was said between you and Kendrick.
Oh, I think I understand everything just fine. And I think one war falls upon every generation. My grandfather drove out the Ambersons back when he was 27. My father destroyed that psychopath gangster, Maurice Bell, when he was a sprightly 30. At 69, I'd begun to think my war had passed me over. But my time has come at last. Tomorrow, Vikas Varga declares war, and I'm obliged.
So, we're talking about...
I don't know how he thinks. I don't even know whether he plans...
Tell him it's Boyd.
progress.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
412A in progress. Complete. 410 in progress. Looks like we have a situation here.
Oh, shit, baby. I'm sorry.
Кто нахуй?
Кого?
Кто нахуй, а? Блядь. Я тут геймплей как бы изучаю.
Познаешь, да?
Да, да.
Оффлайн игры, да?
Да, да, да.
Такой, блин, только хотел поиграть в оффлайн игру. Блять, от меня заебало.
Да, да, туда их всех.
Если хочешь играть в оффлайн игру хорошую, есть такая игрушка. Ты как вообще... Нет, давай сначала ремарочку. Как ты относишься вообще к стратегии?
Ну там как повезет.
Хотя подожди, я что спрашиваю, ты ж в лол играешь, да, в принципе. Моба это, в принципе, поджанр стратегии.
Ну она такая активная, скажем так.
Ну да, RTS, то есть, согласен.
Ну, как бы...
Real-time strategy. Правильно.
Не сидишь там, не пыхтишь 3 миллиона часов в одну кнопку.
Так вот,
пытаясь,
да. Ну, короче, ты и так, знаешь, переборчиво относишься, да? Есть игрушка, если у тебя инета не будет, допустим, да, но захочется поиграть в какие-то игры, есть такая игрушка RimWorld, может, слышал? Нет?
Слышал, но такой, ну, не особо слышал.
Очень хорошая игра, чувак. А даже в Стиме, ну, то есть, как бы, я хуйню не буду нести. Я играл в эту игру около 9 лет, я с самой первых версий этой игры играю.
Нихуя сильно. Да мне вообще делать нечего, что один бездарь умер просто.
А он откуда?
Ты сидишь там?
Он откуда тот чел, который...
Да тут рядом тоже откисает.
В смысле, через Днепре?
Ну да, да.
А у тебя что, свет есть?
Ну да.
Ну,
все, забей, там у него приколы свои случились. Но, короче, бездари одни окружают меня. Не с кем играть. Видишь, играю в какие-то одноразовые помойки.
Если хочешь многоразовую помойку играть, то я вон тебе сказал игрушку. У нее, чтобы ты понимал, в Стиме отзывов, общий процент отзывов, 98% положительных отзывов.
С кайфом.
И за последнее время 96%. Так что игрушка прикольная. Чтоб ты понимал, я до сих пор не играю.
Сложные приколы.
Я жду, когда эту игрушку сделать, что можно хотя бы по локалке играть в нее. Это вообще прикольно было бы. Я бы тогда просто бы играл бы тупо, он в нее нахуй Тарков бы забил бы вообще все игры, забил бы КС, там Раст, вообще все игры забил,
Правильно.
пока один ремоут бы.
Правильно, туда их.
Только я ее принципиально не хочу просто покупать в Steam, потому что онлайн режима нету, как бы, или локального режима.
Да, смысла нет.
Типа, ебать, я не хочу платить за нее 360 гривен, еще платить за 3 DLC, которые, ну, раскрывают эту игру по полной, там, которые по 250 гривен стоят. То есть, ебать, косарь гривен платить за игру, я не хочу, извините.
Вот да.
Как бы, причем это не AAA проект еще. И та же затарка, блин, чтоб ты понимал. Меня жаба давила 700 гривен не заплатить, блядь.
Конечно.
Вот я недавно типу на днюху Тарка дарил.
Да, я помню.
900 гривен, блядь, 900 гривен, сука, стоит. Шо хуя, блядь, думаю такой. Сколько? 900, блядь.
Задушен просто.
Не, ну сейчас-то хотя бы я могу деньги зарабатывать. Это так, когда я покупал себе Тарков, я особо не мог зарабатывать. Кстати, я не знаю, я не хочу быть голословным. Я не помню, говорил я тебе, это не говорил, но я, скорее всего, скоро уеду и буду переезжать.
Говорил вроде, да.
Говорил. Вот. Скорее всего, либо сегодня какое число, 25-е. Скорее всего, на этой неделе я буду уже смотреть, куда, что и к чему, почему. Но в Днепро я точно не поеду, зайди меня. Потому что он ближе к фронту. Чисто поэтому. Так что извини.
Эх, а я думал, вот, да.
Не, мне хватило Запорожья, блядь. В принципе. Когда я пересекал границу, как пережидал, там, блядь, повітряна тревога, я ебал в рот, сколько раз было. Я думаю, Днепр от Запорожья не так сильно прям далеко, поэтому... Ну да, РЗСОхи не достают, это единственный шот. Но крылатки-то все равно с залупадронами.
А, они ж везде летают. Эти крылатки, залупадроны.
Да везде, но просто понимаешь, в чем проблема. Днепр, он ближе к Азовскому морю и Каспийскому морю, Черному морю, чем тот же самый, допустим, Львов там или остальные там области, которые дальше. То есть, чтобы пролететь до того же самого Львова, тебе надо больше областей пролететь до ракете и сбить мог просто. Понимаешь? Вот к чему я клоню.
Могут.
Чем ближе город к фронту, либо к месту запуска ракет,
тем меньше тебе хочется в нем жить.
Тем меньше, да, мне хочется жить, потому что это рандом. Понимаешь? Учитывая то, что я буду жить в квартире съемной, а не в доме, я еще больше боюсь, потому что если в квартиру ебанет, то сам понимаешь. Квартирный дом я имею в виду. Поэтому я люблю сюда в частном секторе жить, это мое любимое место. Вот даже сейчас я живу в частном секторе, жил я в Марике в частном секторе. Я никогда не люблю квартиры, но, блядь, когда нету выбора, когда ты понимаешь, что лучше сидеть на жопе, получать пособие в 2000 гривен и нюхать бебру в селе, где коммуникации минимально. Даже чтобы поехать мне скупиться, похавать, именно нормально. То есть, ну, мини-маркет я имею в виду какой-то пойти. Это надо мне 15 километров появить. Причем на автобусе, который ходит раз в 3 часа. Ну, как бы, мне это непривычно. По крайней мере, тогда, когда я жил в том городе, где автобусы ходят каждые 15 минут. Типа у меня, допустим, в Марике очень сильно хорошо была развита коммуникации транспортные. Очень прям жестко было. Прям на изи можно было достаться куда угодно. То есть ты проебал, допустим, автобус, не проблема. У вас же, кстати, метро вроде не приедет.
Сгорел автобус, ничего страшного. У меня есть билет на следующий.
Да. Да. Именно так. А у вас же в Днепре вроде этот самый есть метро или что-то попутал?
Есть.
Но он маленькое по сравнению с тем же Киевом, я понимаю.
Конечно, да. Ну там же делают сейчас ветки новые.
Прям сейчас или вообще?
Ну вообще, то есть это уже долго достаточно длится, я даже не знаю сколько.
Вообще было бы круто, если бы сделали метро конкретно между городами.
Это вообще,
Вообще пиздато,
быстро.
я думаю. Двухполосное метро, типа, ебать. Вообще топчик. Типа в одну и другую сторону. Как по мне, это профитнее в том плане. Ну, не, минус в том, что обслуживать тяжелее, чем обычные верхние рельсы. То есть, чем поездовые рельсы. Потому
Ну,
что. Да, я, наверное, понял, что экономически просто невыгодно. Все, я понял, я сам на свой вопрос ответил.
Looks like we have a situation.
Я уже жду, когда, сука, наши поезда типа поменяют после войны, надеюсь. На нормальные поезда человеческие, и на рельсы нормальные человеческие, а не эти говняные рельсы. Кстати, ты же понимаешь, почему у нас поезда скоростные, как в том же Японии, Китае не ездят?
Ты уже сам подсказку
нас-
дал насчет рельс. Скажем
да, потому что у
так.
нас покрытие железнодорожное рассчитано на эти старые поезда. И они не выдерживают скоростные поезда. Нагрузок, в смысле, тех. Поэтому у нас залупные эти буханки едет. Длиной в 30 вагонов, блин. Условно.
311A in progress.
Ну вот что бы ты выбрал бы?
Ну это логично, если выбираешь ты скоростной поезд, ты добираешься туда за пару часов вместо 6, 8 и так далее.
А то и 24 или 25
Ну.
часов, хочешь? Потому что мне с Марикой до Львова ехать было раньше 25 часов.
Ну,
Это
с
чтобы ты
кайфом.
понял, я от одного конца станции до другого конца станции еду.
Путь весь проезжаешь, да, я понял.
Да. Ты, грубо говоря, ты там живешь в поезде целый день. Я представляю, как в Пражке. Там же тоже такие у них поезда плюс-минус.
Мгм.
Представляю, как они там ебать,
Через всю
хуярят.
страну едешь, там
Через
5 дней.
9 тысяч километров, я в ахере. Просто. Это ж смерть просто.
Ну... Смерть.
Сэр, я могу, сэр. Ой, нихуя, сейчас бы умереть, а ты коты?
Смертельно.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Pop.
Короче, я тебе игрушку, если ты что дал на заметку, там уже сам думай. Так сказать, пропагандирую всех своих знакомых этой игре.
Правильно.
Ну, чтоб ты понимал, да, блядь, я вроде не многим людям на самом деле эту игрушку рекомендую. Потому что, во-первых, забываю. Во-вторых, тем, кому я рекомендую, вроде всех шпилят в нее до сих пор. Ну, типа, я имею в виду, что... У меня был... Ну, я, сука, я 3 людям ее рекомендовал, и 3 из них все играют до сих пор. Нет?
Мгм.
Один даже лицуху купил. С DLC-хами всеми.
Безбашенный человек.
А я ему говорю, нахуя, если все равно онлайна нет.
Я не понимаю этих людей, которые берут игры без онлайна.
Покупают, ты имеешь в виду?
Ну да.
Когда есть обход и майнеры, да? Я всегда, на самом деле, когда играю в оффлайн игры, я стараюсь выключать инет. Кстати, вот я не знаю, я в майнинг вообще не вдавался, вот вопрос такой, ты случайно не знаешь? Вот если ты вырубаешь интернет, вообще майнинг, вот эти вирусы, они конкретно могут ли продолжать майнить в твоем компьютере? Вообще не знаю, я вообще не понимаю, как методология майнинга работает конкретно, то есть надо ли доступ в интернет? Или нет? Или может без доступа майнить в интернет?
Ну я думаю, нужен доступ, но он же начинает как бы...
Синхронизироваться с общей сетью, типа?
Да, но он же начинает просчитывать файлы, то есть...
То есть ты хочешь сказать, что если я, допустим, буду играть в игру, которая пиратская, которая с майнером встроенным, мне даже если я включу интернет, то она, по идее, не будет майнить?
Я думаю, не все так однозначно. Должна что-то она там делать. Как-то выкручиваться из этого всего.
Я думаю, вряд ли. Короче, спорный момент. Ну, я просто в майнинг не вдавался, мне же нет столько финансов, чтобы заниматься этим, когда это было популярно. Еще до даже бума видеокарт причем. говорится, извините, мне не 30 лет, я не успел заработать на свою, себе на жизнь. Так, чтобы было денег на то, чтобы заниматься инвестициями.
Майнинг, ферма.
Не, ну даже по факту инвестиции, правильно. Кому-то повезло. Я же, тут у нас такой мир в этой жизни, что богатый будет богаче, бедный будет беднее. То, что бедный тратит деньги на то, чтобы выжить и максимально стараться жить в комфорте, а богатый уже живет в комфорте, ему типа эти деньги особо девать некуда, и он пытается инвестировать и примножает свои бабки просто. А если бедный будет примножать свои бабки таким образом пытаться, то это очень большой риск, и, соответственно, бедный может вообще стать бомжом нахуй. Или влезть в долги. Поэтому, ну, это лично моя такая философия. Что ты думаешь по этому поводу?
Насчет бедных богатых, вот это то, что ты рассказал.
Да, бедный будет беднее, богатый будет богаче.
Логично, логично.
И как такового среднего класса в мире особо не существует. Так что ты думаешь насчет этого?
Я даже не знаю, что тебе ответить на этот интересный вопрос.
То, что тебе первое на мысль как минимум пришло.
Очевидец сообщил, что какой-то мужчина продает оружие прямо на улице из багажника автомобиля. Не знаю, в гетто. Нет, в гетто. Ну, я ж в эту помойку сижу играю.
А, заспались?
Да, этот однокнопочный геймплей.
Чисто новелла. Аниме-новелла. Спорт лидера.
Я 3 раза в нее начинал играть, и ни разу ее до конца не проходил. Я на одном и том же моменте выходил из игры, и все.
Я думал, ты скажешь, я 3 раза играл и ни разу не понял, как не играть.
Блядь, за что? За что?
За Донбасс.
Меня за Донбасс 2 офицеров убили.
Пиздец.
Значит, мы делаем умный ход. Мы выходим нахуй из этой игры.
О, нихуясь.
И сейв сбрасывается до начала дня, и можно засейвить людей.
Ты лучше скажи мне, когда мы уже наконец втроем с Вектором соберемся, блядь, в Дейзи, нахуй.
А где Вектор?
Меня. Я не знаю, вы когда были в онлайне, когда я вас тогда звал, вы тогда были все 3 в онлайне, ебать, один...
У меня еще тогда не было вроде скачано.
Один играл тогда в лол, второй, блядь, вообще просто занят, блядь, отмазывался.
Я не знаю, где это АФКарня, кстати, на Векторе.